Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode numero 3 of 2M2H. I am Billy the Kid. I'm here with my main man, the mighty AO. Why you giggling? Why you giggling, AO? You love the atomic bomb. Don't lie. Don't lie, dog.
That's exactly why I'm all like, it's like July 4th every fucking Monday.
Dude, I love it. Every time I play it, you're like, oh, God.
No, it's not a bad thing. I'm like, it's giving me like goosebumps. And then, all right, I love it. It's like, that's how we got to start out with the boom.
It's fucking powerful, dog.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's like brilliant.
Got to start with a boom. So, as usual, let's talk about our weekend. How was yours? What's the update? Any new action in the single life of AO?
Yes. I guess I am back to the single life. And I'm proud to honor it. I'm wearing it proud, and I had a good weekend. So as I told you, I had one of my boys, my best friends since I was like 18, Road Dog, that we used to go to the clubs. We used to pretty much try to pick up the ladies, and is my alter ego of being single. And so we've been roommates for a long time, and he wanted to be a bartender because you and I were in our bartending years from 21 to 29, and we're in our what's Cougars for guys? What are we? Lions?
No, I think we would be the
Cubs.
I guess the equivalent of a cougar.
We're the Cubs.
I think once you get to my age, I think I'm just that dirty old man.
No.
I've been called dirty old man when I dated younger chicks.
No. We're Cubs right now, and so I'm at, as you know, the place I have, they have a bar. So I got him a bartending job. He's never bartending, and that's all he wanted. He does mortgages, and he's like I guess a guy that looks like he's from a soap opera, and so it's going to be fun for him. He's already starting to make some lady friends, so he's going to be my matchmaker up there. So he started that, and we went out Friday. We went out to open bar.
Yeah.
And then we went out to the water bar. That's where they had some.
That's the new joint down in PB, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That had all the ladies. So like we said, there we're like, I don't know if they were cougars or if they were like millennial chicks there.
Well, there's a big difference. I mean, cougars are 40 plus. I think 50 plus is pumas. But younger than that.
Wait, let's distinguish that.
College girls.
Cougars are 40 plus.
Correct.
Okay, and pumas are 50 plus.
50 plus. And 60 plus is snowcats.
I've never heard that before. Is this a release?
Oh, let me break it down for you, bro. In fact, I got a good buddy of mine who just he confessed to me that he was like, dude, I banged a snowcat. And I'm like, no fucking way, dude. How old was she? He's like, dude, she's like 62. And I'm like, you're fucking a 62-year-old? And you're 47? He goes, yeah, it's crazy. I can call her at any hour of the night. Like, I come home fucked up from your bar, and she'll come right over and let me fucking do whatever I want to her. I'm like, you're dirty, and I like it.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I never had a snowcat.
Yeah, me neither. Never gotten that old. In fact, I think the oldest lady I've ever been with is now my age currently, and I was in my 20s, and I did like a 46 or 47-year-old when I was in my 20s.
She was a kickboxing instructor, and I was
mine
I was like
was
21,
a manager
22.
at Nordstrom. She's still there, dude. She's like fucking 60 now. I should go after her now. Yeah, obviously.
Is she a snowcat now?
I don't know. I haven't fucking seen her in 20 years, but I know she still works there.
Okay, so I'm glad we're categorizing. We got cougars, pumas, snowcats. Let's regress and let's get where I want to be at. What about the 30 to 40-year-olds? What would you call them?
I don't know. I guess it's like, 20s and 30s is still kind of semi-millennial college girl, type thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to touch base on this a little later in the segment when we talk about our bar review. And we've devised a rating system for the bars for the single fellas out there. We're gonna give a cougar rating, and we're gonna give a college girl rating, because not all the bars we go to have both, or a lot of them are one or the other.
Or
either it's a cougar bar or it's a college girl bar.
So would you say college about 20 to 40 then? Would you give them a whole 20-year range?
Yeah, that's kind of rough at 40 with college girl range. We'll keep the college girl range. to like 21 to 29.
There we go. I like that.
And then we'll do we'll conjure up a.
We need to fill in the gap, bro.
Well, the gap or the 30. We'll call it the dirty 30s.
Okay.
And we'll do another one on that. But it just seems like in San Diego, most of the bars that we go to are either one or the other, either the college girls or the cougars. So
this is good because
I've devised a rating system for the cougar rating, and it's going to be 5 paws. So it'll be one through 5 paws, like meow, paws, and then
5 paws for the cougars.
And then with the college girl rating, we'll do up to a 5 eyelash rating.
I like that. I like that because every girl these days, I don't even know if they have real eyelashes or not. And my last 2 girlfriends that I had feelings for, they went through. They were eyelash people. It's crazy.
Yeah, so that'll be a rating. I think the 1 through 5 paws is killer for the cougar rating. I think that's going to be easier to do, but like I said, we'll touch base on that later.
So when we do the bar reviews, we're going to go in there and hopefully it's a good place. I want to give every place a fucking 5 paw because that means I had a good time there. And maybe, actually, no, I don't. I want to give eyelashes out. I want to.
Yeah, I know you're the old perv, so you want the eyelash report,
buddy.
That's okay.
Well, okay,
we'll get to that in a sec.
Yeah.
So other than that, did you spend any time at the pool at your condo this weekend?
Yeah. Again, I was
any
up
new
there.
action?
There's a lot of action up there. I just don't want to incriminate anyone already because I got them in my yoga class. I got them in my.
I'm not asking for names. I'm just asking how it was. Like, give me some stories.
Shoot! All you gotta have to do is have a ball. I had a football, and that's when you toss the football. That's when the party starts. It's like,
is that like the beach thing when you roll a ball up to a hot chick laying out in a towel and she like throws it back or you come up like, oh hey sorry about that.
But you get a whole.
What's your name?
But you get a whole group going on just because of you. I started a little party out there.
Yeah, okay. Well, I've seen you in action. I was kind of let down this weekend.
What do you mean?
Just I'm going to throw you under the bus right now. So. Senior AO and his good buddy Mike came in to visit me at a bar, and there was a really, really, really good-looking young gal there that they were fixated on. And I will admit, you guys like kind of pounced on it and went over and talked to her and like struck it up. Like, no, you were good.
Yeah, really good. I was surprised. I was like, damn, she's like all interested.
I mean, you guys. I heard you talk about like meeting for lunch and all this shit. And then tonight I asked him.
Yeah, I know.
When are you going to call her? He goes, I didn't get her number. Like, what? How are you going to go to lunch if you don't have her number? What the fuck? And then what'd you tell me?
I gave her my card. Yes.
Like, what? Okay.
Yes, that's a lesson.
What 23-year-old girl is going to take a business card and then call a dude?
I know.
Even 23-year-old girls don't do that shit.
I know that. I know. What the fuck was I thinking?
How did you fail?
Because I was egotistical the whole day.
Egotistical?
I was at the. I told you I was at the water bar. I got a couple looks there. I was like flirting with a couple girls. I went to a dance club. Same at the open bar. I was dancing, and I was getting attention. And I know she's 21, and I didn't expect it, to be honest with you. She's just too hot.
She was good looking. She was a looker. I was impressed. I was like, yeah, dog, get it.
Yeah. Were you surprised I was talking to her?
Kind of, yeah. But you know what? You're not shy. I'll give you that.
For real?
You're not shy. Nah, you'll go up to anybody and talk to them.
You think so?
Yeah. No, that's a good quality.
I think I'm shy. I'm a shy guy.
Well, you might have that inside, but you didn't have it that night. Maybe it was the alcohol talking. You had beer balls like a motherfucker.
Really?
Yeah, but you were cool. Yeah. Obviously you were cool. She was fully engaged, left her friends, was standing with you at the bar, talking to you, blah, blah, blah. You guys, I heard you mention lunch and all this shit, and I was like, fuck yeah, dog, get it.
Yeah, I didn't close it. I'm not the closer.
You're old enough to be her father, but, that's okay.
I'm a nice guy with wolf's fangs.
With what?
Wolf fangs?
Oh, yeah, you got wolf fangs for sure. Well, so...
I thought my weekend was good, but like that was a lesson learned. I take a positive out of that. I need not to fuck up as much as
you said you had some interest flowing at some of the other bars, so that's cool.
Yeah, I felt good about. I feel pretty good about life in general. 24/7.
Good, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I had an interesting weekend. Other than work,
I
had.
I heard.
Yeah,
We talked about it last week.
Yeah. For those of you who didn't listen to last week's show, I was invited to George Lopez's annual weed party at his house.
I didn't know what. I thought it was his birthday last week.
I thought it was his birthday too. I was misinformed. It was actually this is the third year in a row he does a annual weed party.
Third year?
Yeah. Started in 2016, and let me tell you what an amazing time. What a cool guy.
Cheech and Chong?
What's that?
Is he the new Cheech and Chong?
No, not at all. He's not like that. He just has a party for his friends. It was a private invite thing. It was super cool. I have a list of people that I met that I'm not going to bore you to death with.
No.
But I'm going to tell you, George Lopez is a cool dude, a very hospitable host. But he's a good friend of a friend of mine, which is how we got the invite. And the party started at like 1:00. We got there probably around 2-ish, just so show up fashionably late. Not like, didn't want to look too desperate. But, some of the people that I met and talked to, now don't get me wrong. When I say weed party, it wasn't just everyone sitting around smoking weed. It wasn't like that. I use the term weed party, but it's actually just an annual barbecue he puts on for his friends. And, it was me and my wife and the other couple that I know that are friends of his, and another two people, a friend of hers and her dad, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, I was wondering how you got invited. I was like, damn.
Yeah, it was. I can't believe it. But let me just put it to you this way: there was at least
a weed party.
There was at least yes, there was smoking weed there, but not everyone was smoking weed. But there was at least 15 to 20 A-list celebrities that I met and spoke to and hung out with and either had a shot with or just bullshitted with. And I got to tell you, I had the time of my life. It was awesome.
Was your best party ever?
No, but it was just really surreal being around that many people that are so big in the industry. I hung out and bullshitted with Lawrence Fishburne. Cedric the Entertainer was there.
Boys in the Hood.
And introduced us. Don Cheadle was there. Anthony Anderson.
Don Cheadle was there?
Yeah. Real briefly. He came in, ate, and split. D.L. Hewley was there. Lavelle Campbell, who, bless her heart, she was the funnest person ever.
Yeah, you were saying you're partying with her for a little bit.
Emilio Rivera from Sons of Anarchy, now on Mayans. He's super cool. But the one thing other than my really cool conversation with Lawrence Fishburne was I looked across the room, and on the other side of the patio, on the deck above the pool area, Ed Asner was sitting at a table smoking a cigarette, all 82 plus years of age. So I had to go approach him and hit him up. Introduce myself. He's super nice guy. Let me take a photo with him. I didn't hit up anyone for photographs. That's kind of weird because it was a private party. Yeah, it's just a friends and family only kind of party, so I'm not going to run around with my cell phone camera like a weirdo. But
no, that's beautiful.
Ed Asner, I didn't give a shit. Dude, I watched Mary Tyler Moore show when I was a kid, and he was the bomb. Lou Grant, come on, he was the man. So that was cool. Yeah, so that was my weekend. Okay, you're partying with George Lopez. You got all these celebrities. Tell me about who'd you hang with the most? Probably Lawrence Fishburne, because he sat at a table right next to us and was wide open, and he was by himself, and he just hung out and talked to us. Super, super nice guy. I didn't want to, it's weird because you're at one of these things and you don't want to sound like like you're starstruck. You know, you want to act like, because everyone there is kind of somebody if you're invited to this kind of party. Yeah, George. So we played it cool. We had a good time with everyone. I didn't bug anyone for photos. He has his own little club out the San Manuel in Highland at the casino at the San Manuel Indio. So he's a star, man. Who? He has his own George Lopez. Oh, Lopez he's a megastar. He's actually on tour with D.L. Hewley right now, which was cool seeing him there as well. Cedric was super nice guy, awesome. Like everyone there was like, did you get like normal drink? People? Did you get your drink on? Got a drink on. Everything was hosted. They had a taco bar. They had a kitchen full of soul food. It was dope, man. We had the best time. We had a really, really good time. What was the best food wise? What would you say? Oh, the tacos were out of control. Oh, dude, out of control. Carrie went in and grabbed the soul food. I tried the fried chicken. It was bomb. The collard greens were good. Mac and cheese was good. Everything was good, man. Like George Lopez knows how to throw a party. Let me tell you that.
Hey, you know
that
your food.
Dude can throw a fucking party.
Because when we talk about reviews, and we've been in the bar restaurant industry, and we appreciate good service, good food, and no, I'm excited about who else did you meet?
Well, like I said, I mean, I met most of the people I just brought up, but I wasn't running around star chasing. You know what I mean? Oh, Arsenio Hall was there. He was super cool.
The fuck up.
Yeah, I keep saying super cool. It's kind of a little bit redundant, but
no. But the thing is, like, if I asked you, you think about new people that came that you didn't even realize. Damn, they were there.
Yeah,
but you said who? Okay, Lauren, you hung with him, and who else did you think you had a good drinking? Do you have a drinking story with any of them?
Nothing out of the ordinary. It was really chill. It was just it was just like,
was it pool
like
party?
hanging out. Yeah, it was a pool party, barbecue at his house. His house is nice.
Well, how'd you get invited? You said your buddy, right?
I told you, my buddy Rocco is dating Diana Maria Rivas.
Because she's coming on our show soon.
Yeah, she is. She's a pretty well-known actress who's been in a lot of good stuff, a lot of motion pictures. So
I'm interested.
She's a friend of George.
Yeah.
She was on telenovela. She's good friends with Ava Longoria and some others. So anyway, they've been friends for a while and got the invite, and she RSVP'd and asked if she could bring us, and he was like, yeah, whatever.
Those are good friends, man.
Yeah, he was cool. Like I know, like, he's living a single life now, I guess, for the most part, and I don't know too much about his personal life, but I got to tell you, in person, dude's solid. He's a hospitable host and did his best to walk around constantly and shake hands and talk to people and make sure everyone had a drink or something to eat. And he was great. He was cool.
Throwing a party is always stressful because I've thrown a couple parties throughout my life, throughout my 20s. I've been in the bar industry. It's like I was really passionate about always hosting parties back in days. I don't even know why, and it just like came naturally.
You guys had a bunch of parties at that beach house in OB.
Oh,
that was a great spot.
And I loved it. And I just I don't know. I put a whole theme. I would throw flyers out there. I'd cook. I'd have my friends cook. I made sure they showed up early. So it's a lot of stress.
Dude, it's crazy throwing a big house party like that. Like, you could see it in his eyes because it was in his house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he had full security staff there that were on it, dude. They were really nice. Like, everyone was cool. Like, there was this one lady who seemed like she was kind of head of security there. Cool as shit, but fuck it. If anyone got out of line, or not got out of line, but anyone walked anywhere they weren't supposed to be in the house, boom, she was on them like fucking white on rice.
Because if you think about it, there's so much going on in our own personal lives, and think about all the stars that showed up there, not even just friends and family. That imagine if a UFC fight was on. That kind of interrupt, but luckily...
Yeah, no, it was a Sunday afternoon, so there was nothing going on. It was cool. I mean, we pulled up. We took a like a suburban Uber XL fucking black thing, whatever.
From so you guys stayed up there in LA?
Yeah, we stayed in Burbank. We met at Deanna's house in Burbank, and we all jumped in an Uber up there, and it was great. Of course, there's like McLarens and all kinds of crazy shit parked out front. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I was talking to someone about LA,
but they had valet hooked set up, and then you walk in, and you check in with your name and get wristbands, and it was cool. George had T-shirts for everyone, so he had a tie-dye T-shirt with his party logo on the front with the year. So he had it dialed in.
Yeah,
he had it dialed in.
Did you wear the shirt?
No, because I was pimping a pretty badass Hawaiian button down that I bought in Hawaii.
I saw your Hawaiian picture. You do look pimping a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, that's my shit. So I guess that's what happens when you turn 47. You start wearing Hawaiian shirts and shit. But I'm not.
It's okay.
I'm not at 60s where I'm rocking fucking Tommy Bahamas or anything. These are
okay.
just these are just hibiscus flower print Hawaiian shirts. Your basic tiki style.
We'll come out with a 2M2H Hawaiian style shirt.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
That'd be cool. Yeah, we have to.
So other than that, that was my week in a nutshell. And here's the funny part. Here's the crazy part. The kicker, anyway. So my wife and I took the train up.
I've never done that.
Fucking driving to L.A. can kiss my ass. It's the worst thing ever.
That, yeah.
So we took the train from San Diego to Burbank in business class, and got up there no problem.
How much a ticket?
I don't fucking know. It's reasonable. Anyway, we got back to the train station Monday afternoon to take the train back.
Yeah,
we get on we're standing there waiting for our train. So at the Burbank train station, there's Metrolink up in LA as well as the Amtrak and the Pacific Surfliner, whatever. So a Metrolink pulls up like 10 minutes before our train gets there. People get on, and I'm like, okay, cool, Metrolink, there it goes. And it takes off. So we get on our Amtrak 10 minutes later, and as soon as we got on, the conductor's like, hey, we're not going to be going anywhere for a while, so get comfortable. And I'm like, what the fuck? Is there, like, delays happen on the trains? So come to find out that Metrolink that left before us hit and killed someone on a track between Burbank and Glendale.
A Metrolink, dude?
Yeah.
Just imagine when they have the Hyperloops hitting this shit.
Yeah, so they were telling us like, oh, well, there was a fatality from the Metrolink, so we're postponed for a while. Dude, we sat at the Burbank train station for 2.5 fucking hours before we left.
Yeah, they got it. Imagine how when you go on a freeway and there's car accidents, what kind of scene there is.
Exactly. So we had to wait for police and all that shit to do the investigation, hit up all the people. So finally, 2.5 hours later, when we got to start moving, we had passed the scene where the fatality was, and sure enough, there's still cops there, police tape. They had the Metrolink was still there with people on it. They were still interviewing people on the train. Somehow they like derailed us onto another track to go around them finally. But it took us. Well, then we got to Union Station and they stopped us for another hour. So make a long story short, we boarded the train at 3:00 and we didn't get home until 10 p.m. on a normal 2.5 hour trip. So 7 hours instead of 2.5 is
for
fucking bullshit to sit on a fucking train. That's not a luxury class. You know what I mean? It's not like we were in a cabin or anything. So make a long story short, my tailbone is so fucking sore right now from sitting on that flat ass Amtrak train seat. Oh my God, dude,
and it comes along as beautiful as it is, coming down the beach is shitty, huh?
Oh, well, by the time we finally got down, because you're right, like when you're on the Amtrak and you're heading into San Diego, the fucking tracks are right on the beach, dude, for a long run.
It reminds me when I was in Perth, I was in the Navy when I was 18. I went all the way up from Perth, from Fremantle to Perth, and driving along the coast on a train is fucking beautiful. Yeah,
the best visual train ride I had was on the Amtrak from Philly to Boston.
Really?
Because it shoots you straight over to the coast, and you're along the coast. So you go through like Providence, Rhode Island.
I've never been there. I'm excited about that.
And it's literally right along the Atlantic coast, all the way up to Boston. It was fucking amazing. It was amazing. Like you're along water like most of the trip.
Did you do that with your old lady? Or?
Yeah, we had an East Coast trip a couple years ago.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, we did Philly, Boston, New York.
I'm just getting acquainted with people get so personal about the fucking East Coast. I went to Michigan, and some girl, I said, hey, I went to the Spartans to go watch them. Oh, fuck them. You don't know what the Wolverines are about. It's like, damn. It's like...
Oh, in Michigan?
Yeah, they talk shit on you because you... Damn.
Well, that's a rivalry, man. That's interstate rivalry, of course.
Yeah, but they're like, didn't even want to let me be a person. They're just fucking...
What does that have to do with a train ride on the East Coast? I'm still confused.
Well, because I was just thinking about East Coast people. My bad.
Michigan's not East Coast, bro.
Yes, they are. No.
No.
Okay.
Michigan's Great Lakes.
Okay, they're Midwest people like you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I grew up right across the lake in Wisconsin.
That's what I meant to label them as.
I see the Navy worked really well for your geographic skills.
That's right. We had boot camp out there at Wauhegan.
Jesus, yeah.
That's right. I know. Yeah, my bad.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, speaking of the Midwest, fucking guy. We've got week 3 approaching us in football preseason. I'm fucking pumped. It's going to be a weird week for me because Green Bay's playing Oakland. So Jordy Nelson's a Raider now, which I could sit here and fucking cry my eyes out for an hour talking about that. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to bore anyone. Any Packer fan knows that it's just one of those tough pills to swallow, as the football business. But again, I still am hoping that we can somehow trade for Khalil Mack. Any games interest you this weekend?
No, but you got a quarterback, so you shouldn't even worry. That's all that matters. You got a quarterback that's a leader, and that he's...
Yeah, we got a pretty good quarterback. Yeah,
this year's going to be a good year. I feel the excitement in football. I went out to the observatory, a tavern, Western Tavern. Dude, football is on, and it's on full effect right now, and people are feeling the vibe in San Diego. We don't even have a team down here, and people are fucking feeling it right now.
good, because even when the team was here, it was hardly a football vibe here. You know what I mean? And if there was, it's always other teams because it's such a transplant city.
It's because we could party 7 days a week. There's Monday, we could party Tuesday, we could party Wednesday, we could party Thursday. There's so much to do. It's crazy. It's hard. How do we party?
At what's it called? The West End. What's the fuck's the name of the place?
West Tavern at the
West Side Tavern.
Yeah, West Side.
Yeah,
Tavern.
West Side in front of the observatory.
Yeah,
that's a cool bar.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll give a shout out to Roxanne, manages there. She's awesome. Her husband Jesse. Shout out to Jesse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's that other bar that we were talking about? Where I went to go see that punk rock show, the Tower.
Oh, Tower 20, just the Tower.
Yeah.
Oh, my boy Mick owns the Tower. Yeah, great bar, great old school. In fact, there's a performer. I'm not going to mention any names, but there's a performer that is suing the city of San Diego Police Department because a couple months back, during I think it was during a car chase or some shit, a police car smashed into the building while this guy was performing on the other side of the wall, and he got injured. So now he's suing the city for a bunch of money. I saw in the news, little Miss Rory Devine was out in front of my boy's bar, like doing a story on this thing. I don't know where it's going or what the latest is. We'll have an update for you guys soon, if you haven't already seen it. But yeah. But getting back, I mean, are you planning on going to any football games this year?
I am. I would like to take going back to the train. I think we should go to LA Rams game.
Oh yeah, I'm going to go to the Rams Packer game this year for sure.
Is that in LA?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to go. I want to go with you.
Yeah, no, we'll make it happen. I'm not going to go to any Charger games there because as much as I still love the players, fuck the Charger organization. I wouldn't give them a dime.
And that field sucks.
I'm not going to go to a goddamn soccer field to watch pro football.
And not to hate on like Carson, and I want them to come up because my cousin grew up in the Carson. Yeah. I love the South Bay area, and I love the Torrance. My father grew up in Torrance. I know Palos Verdes.
Are you bragging about Torrance right now?
Yes, because everyone has roots, and they always got to brag about their roots.
I'm not bagging on you Torrance people. I'm just kidding.
No, because they got Long Beach right there.
No, I got my homeboys that live in Torrance.
They got their access up all the way up to the
San
airport.
Pedro,
yeah,
Huntington. I got homeboys up all over there.
Yeah, so it's exciting. Yeah, they got the Dominguez. They play at the StubHub. That's where they play. Where the Galaxy
it's like 30,000 people.
It's a college area, kind of trying to come up. But I hope Carson comes up because that's where I have a cousin that from Carson.
Why do you bring up Carson? They're not.
It's Carson where StubHub's at.
I know, but they're not going to be playing there much longer. They're only playing there temporarily before the new stadium opens up in Inglewood.
I understand, but they still got to go through another couple years of where the roots begin. It's always about the roots.
Are you talking about Carson being the roots of the LA Chargers?
Hey, you got.
I don't think that's their roots. I think that's their temporary, shitty little 30,000 seat home because it conflicts too much with the Rams at the Coliseum. I don't know.
It's a way. They're in between. They got to gather the fans. It's a building block. It's like the wavelengths, Ohm's law. It's like everything's got the stock market. Everything that must be good must go bad. So they're going to be coming back, and people remember Carson's hardcore. Yes, Carson. I give a shout out to Carson.
Thus concludes our plug for Carson City, California.
It's just because my cousin, he's a very famous EMD, Oscar the Grouch. A little plug right there for EMD.
Okay. Are you done with Carson?
I'm done.
Because,
Well, Chargers. No fans from San Diego. I don't understand why they don't follow them and stay with them true.
Lots of fans do. Lots of San Diegans are still Charger fans. You kidding me? There's actually a lot of people I know that bought season tickets up there because they were dirt cheap and still travel and go see them. It's not. I mean, it's Carson. Fuck it.
So you think Inglewood?
2 hours?
You think Inglewood? That's where the form's at. So Inglewood's going to come up back up. That's.
Well, the facility that Stan Kroenke's building for the Rams and Chargers, but trust me, it's like 90% Rams. That facility is going to be way state of the art.
Oh, it's going to be like Staples Center for like Clippers and Lakers?
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're going to be sharing the stadium like the Giants and the Jets.
I don't know. Okay, I'm in the lighting industry as my professional life, and I did the LA training center for lighting. So I just gotta let you know, I'm gonna choose the Rams over the Chargers.
Well, you can choose whoever you want. It doesn't matter. They're both in LA, so you're not going to hurt anyone's feelings. That's for sure. I think the Chargers are going to be good this year, though. Not going to lie.
Okay, I'm going Rams. I'm going Rams.
Okay, you can stick with the Rams. Okay. Well, speaking of lighting, we're going to take a quick pause here on our first segment, and I will give a shout out to our first sponsor, Orion Solar Racking. We make solar installations simple. They are the manufacturer of PV mounting systems for solar racking. Give them a shout at www.orionsolarracking.com.
All right. See you guys in the second half.
All right. Hey, guys. Welcome back to the second half of episode 3 of Too Much to Handle. I did want to go into a little greater detail about our bar and restaurant review we're going to start doing in the next week or two. I know we had mentioned the Cougar review, or the Cougar rating, rather, and the College Girl rating. We do need to come up with a little Dirty 30 rating.
I think that's a good segment. We should ask our guests to email us some ideas. What's the most ideal name? Because we got the Snowcats for the 50 to 60.
Right. Well, the 30. Well, we'll figure out the Dirty 30s. So by the time we start reviewing, we'll have that up and running.
So
yeah, we got time on that. But I just want to let everyone know what we're going to do is we're going to meet once a week at a new place, and maybe not new to us, but a different place every week. We're gonna
a cool new bar, cool new restaurant.
Yeah, we'll review the bar. We'll review their happy hour. We'll review the surroundings, and finally we'll review the food. Actually, not finally the food. We'll review the food, and then last but not least, for all you single gentlemen,
yes, we're going
to do the Cougar rating and the College Girl rating, and we'll have one in between.
And we'll give a full review. We'll give the afternoon, the nightlife of that.
Well, depending on what time of day we go in, we'll find out when the best time for these places are. Again, we'll do a 1 through 5 pause for the Cougars.
1 through 5 pause. So if they get 5 paws, that means the Cougars are fucking
really
on.
Good. That's popping. And then we'll do a 5 eyelash up 1 through 5 eyelashes for the College Girl rating.
See, that's where I want to be. I want to be where the eyelashes
I know
are.
You're an eyelash guy. I get it.
Oh shit.
So I think.
Okay.
I mean, not that we're gonna start our own little Yelp here, but I think single guys want to know if you live in San Diego. Like, we're gonna go out and check out these places.
Yeah. What's going on Monday? What's going on Tuesday? What's going on Thursday?
Yeah.
Here's where it's happening.
We'll mix up days of the week and I think between us we'll do a little research on what the feedback is. So if you guys have a spot you want us to check out, you got to make sure to email either one of us, either AO at AO@2m2hpodcast.com or myself at Billy at 2m2hpodcast.com, and let us know. We want your feedback. I want to make this interactive. I want you guys to tell us your spots, and you tell us where to go and post our own review. Yeah. Tell us what spot is too much to handle.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's good. Well said, my friend.
Yeah. I'm excited because hopefully I think we're going to be reviewing, going to meet a couple, your buddy and my buddy here for lunch pretty soon at one of these bars. So we need to pick a place, and we're going to review it.
Yeah, no, we'll pick place. Another idea we were throwing around is when we do have guests, which is going to be coming up soon in the next couple of weeks, we're going to try to meet with that guest ahead of time at one of the bars that we're going to review. So then we have another yet unbiased opinion.
I think
so we can, when we're done with Q&A and the hell out of them.
PB, OB, downtown.
Well, everywhere.
Ocean Beach, everywhere, right?
We'll have them with us. So then at the end of the Q&A about, their profession and all the info they want to give, we'll jump into the bar review and we'll ask their opinion on it. So we'll have 3 opinions.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, that's going to be dope.
So we're going to give the ladies review. We're going to get an update for our next show of who we're going to have. We're going to get into the music scene in the next couple weeks. So that's what I'm excited about. Because I love the music scene. That's where I make sure fucking soul glow.
Yeah, we're gonna have. I think the probably the first two guests we have are both going to be music industry related, with behind the scene looks at stuff. I know we've got a guy who runs a website for San Diego or San Diego music. We'll touch base on that more
Kind
once
of
we
the
get
punk
that
scene
organized.
specifically.
Yeah. And I don't know if you've heard in the past, my buddy Jason, who's worked in private security in big name music bands for the last 25 years, he's gonna share some insight and maybe some stories that maybe you haven't heard before about some either stars, well, not stars, but musicians you either like or don't like, but it's still going to be interesting stories, I'm sure.
No, I'm excited because I think having guests on here will be good to give insight on what they do, their life, and how they're related to us. It's like the 6 degrees of separation, and it's like we're there, and we're going to share it with our fans.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing better than hearing behind-the-scenes stories and kind of like the TMZ without the video.
So he did all type of music. He wasn't everything. He 25.
Oh, he was in all types of music. I mean, he worked with everything from Mary J. Blige to Tool, Kiss, Demi Lovato, Muse, My Chemical Romance. Like he's been with a lot of bands, and we'll see what we could pry out of him anyway. You know what I mean? Like what kind of juice we can squeeze out of them on some of these bands. So that'll be interesting. And again, like we've got the San Diego punk guy that's gonna, enlighten some people here about San Diego music. Now, I understand that a lot of you people that will be listening to our show aren't in the San Diego area or Southern California for that point, but keep this in mind. Every time we do a review, either about a venue or a bar and restaurant or like a local band, don't act like you guys don't come and travel to San Diego. If anything, we're encouraging you to come and visit, and we're going to give you the tutorial on where to go.
I like that. So we're like the word of mouth, are you saying?
What's that?
We're the word of mouth. We're telling...
Oh, for sure. We're going to give them more of a true versus Yelp type review, where it's not just a bunch of little tattletales. We're going to tell you what really happened, and
from
not
a guy's
like
perspective,
our little
right?
pissy pant little tirade about I need to get my bread in time. Like none of that kind of shit. We're going to give you like an honest to goodness. Like we both worked in the restaurant and bar industry for I got 25 plus years in. Anthony's got about 10 plus. We know what the hell we're talking about. So we're going to give you an honest opinion look and review on.
See,
on all
I'm a beer guy, and I'm happy to be at San Diego. And there's a lot of breweries, but
that's going to be another thing we're going to review, like San Diego breweries and brew pubs, or like the brewing companies that have sit down bars and tasting rooms and stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna
but you don't even like beer, bro.
I do like beer. I do like. It's not that I don't like beer. I just don't like all the heavy craft beers as much. Like I don't understand how people drink fucking 6 IPAs. Like I don't fucking get it, dude. Like
no, it puts the weight on the tummy for sure.
Dude, it's just like too heavy. Like I could drink 6 fucking High Lifes in 25 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. No, okay, 25 minutes. There we go. It takes like 6 IPAs over 25 hours.
Yeah. See, I don't get it. I like to drink beer, not sip on weird
because it gets
raspberry,
you so fucked up quick.
Fucking grapefruit.
It's equivalent to a fucking
hoppy. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just giving my honest opinion.
No, it's
not everyone likes it. Not everyone lives in San Diego that listens to us. So maybe you will shed the light on, for the craft beer guys, and I will shed the light on the yellow fizzy lager drinking beer guys.
It's pretty big down here, wouldn't you say? I'm pretty.
Oh, it's huge. It's everywhere.
So what's big? I want to start a bourbon
beer. Beer period is fucking huge here.
I want to see bourbon breweries, and I'm going to start my own bourbon brewery because everyone had gone on that beer fanaticness.
Yeah, but people are doing distilleries now. They're all over in San Diego too now.
I agree, and I'm going to attach myself to one of them and let them know what time it is. 2 months to handle.
Okay. Well, to be continued. Apparently, AO is going to have his own bourbon. I'm not aware of that, but the minute he releases this fantasy product, we'll let y'all know about it.
It's better. Nothing against the brew. There's a lot of beers going on in San Diego. Where do you think it's going on? In OB, North Park?
Oh, I don't think it's city specific, honestly, because every corner of San Diego County has breweries. Every single corner, from Lakeside to Logan Heights to OB to, I mean, fucking Point Loma over by my house. There's a bunch of breweries over there behind the sports arena. Like there's just a ton.
So we got a lot of work ahead of us. So
we've got extensive research. We'll sum it up at that. We've got a lot of research. So again, if you guys have places, like, you can make our job easier. If you got a place that you want to plug, we will plug it. But you gotta email us. Like, again, AO@2m2hpodcast.com or Billy at 2m2hpodcast.com.
That'd be funny when people start recognizing us at where people recommend us to go. They're all like, dude, we just told you to come here. That'd be interesting.
Well, we'll just start wearing beards and and Amish guy hats, and we'll go in.
We'll go incognito.
I'll roll in a horse carriage. No one will notice us.
Yeah, no one knows.
Or maybe a stretch limo. You know.
But you said people already notice you, regardless whether you're wearing a costume or not. You said you get people always want you. Hey, give me a ride here. Give me a ride there. Don't people say they like? Or you're like a common.
What do you mean? Give me a ride. I'm not a fucking Uber driver. What are you talking about?
You said people always mistake you for something. They're always like.
No. People ask me for directions, not a fucking ride. You fucking Momo. What are you talking about, dude? We had a whole discussion about this. I somehow have tour guide written all over me. They don't ask me for a fucking ride anywhere. They just tell me, same thing, really?
Yeah.
When they're in a car and they pull over and I'm walking down the sidewalk, that's the same thing.
A tour guide.
Because that's exactly what I explained to you.
Well,
people stop their car all the time and hit me up. Like, I don't know why. My wife makes fun of me all the time. She's like, you're like not even the most approachable looking person in the world. Yet fucking little old ladies will stop you and ask you, like, how do I get to the Walmart on Claremont?
You always get hit up every day.
Not every day. If I'm out walking around in like random public areas, yeah, dude, I get hit up all the time. It's fucking weird.
And you're a character from a show. From
me being a character from a fucking reality show really doesn't have a whole lot of shit to do with people hitting me up. This is long before I was on television. People would hit me up for directions places. Dude, we'd be on vacation walking the streets of San Francisco or Chicago or New Jersey, Philly, Boston. People fucking hit me up every city we're in for directions somewhere. And I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
They're asking you for directions.
Yeah, of course they're not asking me. How are they going to ask me for a ride when I'm walking down the street?
So what kind of directions are they asking for? Like, where to get fucking get to Disneyland or something?
Didn't I just explain this to you?
Didn't you say Magic Mountain one time? Didn't you say some guy asked you where to go to Magic Mountain?
No, I never said that. People just ask me directions on, like, do you know where this street is, or do you know where this store is, or do you know? And then I'm like, no, I don't.
Okay, you look smart, bro. I want to.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, let's chalk it up.
Well, it's funny, like, outside of being outside of town, like if I'm in San Diego and people hit me up, 99% of the time I know exactly where the fuck they want to go, and then I feel guilty if I don't tell them. So then I gotta sit and go, fuck, here we go. And then give them the whole, I feel like a Thomas Brothers guide. I don't know if any of you millennials know what a Thomas Brothers guide is, but when I moved to California in 89, the only way you got around, long before cell phones, is you bought a Thomas Brothers guide at like
that was the
an Autoport store or a CVS.
Back in the days.
It could get you fucking everywhere. It was almost better than GPS because it was a full legend map of every single street, cul-de-sac.
I know, but think about how to be
alleyway
printed
in
out
San
every
Diego.
year. Every year changes.
They had to pump it out every year. Yeah.
It's like electrical code.
Yeah, but can you imagine what it was like?
Every year.
Can you imagine what it was like making those in like Los Angeles?
Expensive.
Or like,
and they have to print that.
Or somewhere where it just expands. I guess San Diego is probably even a worse example because there was so much terrain that got turned into rural areas. So anyway, yeah, I was.
But everyone not only asks you for directions. You told me you're in Vegas like a couple weeks ago, and from your show, people are like, "Could I take a picture with Billy the Kid?"
Yeah, I still get hit up.
He's very, very humble. And I know we highlighted on our first episode 1 and episode 2, but it's pretty cool on talking across to my bro. He was on a show, so we're gonna actually coming down along with our guests about the music scene. We're gonna have another guest called Tank. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna have Tank on the show. Might even have Danny Boy on the show too. I think if we can work that out, if he can come down from Palm Springs. But yeah, Tank's more than willing. These were club brothers of mine that were on the show with me, and they've agreed to come on the show and talk about all the nonsense that we had to deal with production and filming and
it's cool to hear the other side of like a show of a true life scenario, and then a reality show, and then the reality behind the reality of that. It's crazy. It's like reality.
Yeah, it's reality, all right. It's
and
reality
it's funny,
when you got to deal with these fucking camera people and producers.
It was funny. Like I type into the Discovery Channel, the show on season 1.
Oh, there's still a whole tab there.
And Billy was the president. It was like, you gotta have a lot of balls to be like. I know we were bartenders, and us being bartenders naturally, like you said earlier today. Like I didn't realize that I go up to girls, or if I have balls, I don't see it in myself, but I think it's something natural in us, you know.
Yeah, I think being behind the bar, you definitely
develop
because when you're behind the bar, you have to be confident. Otherwise, you're a shitty bartender. You know what I mean? Like you have to be able to talk to anyone. Like long time ago, I am not intimidated by anybody. I don't give a fuck who you are, what you look like. I will talk to you the same. I will shake your hand the same.
That's what I love
I'll
about
look
every
you right
time
in the eye.
Yeah, right there. Those are the key things. Look them in the eye and tell them, hey, bro, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
You do that fucking so good. So that's cool that I'm surprised as a president in this show that you guys had good 3 seasons, right?
Yeah, we ran for 3 years on Discovery Channel. We finished with 1.5 million viewers a week.
That's huge, bro.
Yeah, it was pretty big. We were on the Nielsen rating. We were in the top 20 cable television shows for a couple of years.
Radio. Do you guys know what the fuck that is? If you do, I want you to email AO and tell me what the fucking Nielsen rating is.
Well, the Nielsen rating rates television shows on cable per viewership. So trust me, I didn't know it before, but I was told by our producers, you can keep tabs on how well the show's doing by looking at this. So we did.
So that's like a benchmarker. Is that like?
Well, that's how well you know your show's doing. If you're in the top 100 cable shows of the day, you're doing okay. And we ended up like near the top 20.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, we peaked inside the top 20 a couple times.
Did it start the first year?
Not the whole time. It goes up and down, just
but what was
depends on what's
your
going on.
highest peak? First, second, or third year? Because Sons of Anarchy, I'm not. I had 6 Degrees of Separation. I have another buddy that was on the show Sons of Anarchy, and he was an actor on that, and he was an extra.
Yeah, but that was
a
a fictitious show, though.
That was bigger than your show. That was
bigger than my show. That was like gargantuan compared to my show.
Sons of Anarchy.
I was a little reality show on Discovery Channel. That was a very well produced and directed show,
right?
on.
Did that help your ratings?
It may have. I mean, we were the reality version, if you will.
Yeah. In San Diego, that's what shocked me about the fucking. I'm bartending with this Billy guy, and I come back and we're doing happy hour and he's on a show. It's crazy.
Yeah, I had a lot of friends share some weird stories. Like my buddy Jason that's going to be on the show, who worked with live music bands.
Yeah.
He was telling me he was in London with, I can't remember what band he was with, but he's in his hotel room in London, England.
Yeah.
Turns on the TV in his hotel room, and our show comes on, and he sees me, and he was like, what the fuck?
Kind of me too.
What do you, and text me immediately from London, like, bro.
And think about all the other
fucking
friends,
show on Discovery Channel. What?
Yeah,
it was cool.
Discovery Channel is a very respectable channel.
Well, we were on in every continent. The show was global. Actually, I hate to sound like David Hasselhoff, but we were.
I think he was the original David. No, he was a secondary version.
We were huge in Europe.
My name is David Hasselhoff.
Yeah, I'm not in Funner, California, but
no, but it's okay. He's associated with Baywatch, and he's a big into the metal
Hey,
scene.
Hoff's
Just
the
like
shit. Did I ever tell you, like, one thing I didn't know about Hoff is that, you know how he's huge in Germany, right? So I saw a video. I didn't know that he sang in German.
Oh, yeah.
Like, his music over there, like, why he's so big is he sings in German. I had no idea that he spoke German. Shit, I spoke German when I was a little kid because my grandmother would speak German around me.
So that's just a testament.
And my grandfather, actually.
If I could speak in any other language than just American, I would be...
American's a language?
Or English.
Thank you.
If I could speak Spanish, if I could speak German, I would... Or Arabic.
How do you not speak Spanish?
I know.
You have a Hispanic last name.
Correct.
You have the brownest skin out of any of my friends.
I know I'm tan.
That's not tan. You're Hispanic, bro. How do you not speak Spanish?
I know, but if I knew all these languages, I would be freaking... what's the guy from Dos
like
Equis?
Casanova?
Yeah. The
World's most interesting man kind of guy?
I'm gonna...
I'm not going to lie. I took Spanish for a while at a private language school here in Mission Valley, and it got so expensive, I just couldn't keep up with it.
It's all about communicating with people. If you can communicate with anybody...
Oh, yeah.
And you push their buttons for the ladies. I'm a learning process. I just want to let you know. So.
Okay, well you update us on that, and then we'll move forward. Hey, check this out. Totally random topic, but I saw a thing online today that said when Snoop Dogg turns 60 years old, he will be exactly 420 years old in dog years. How? I mean, seriously. That's kind of fucking ironic, don't you think? Snoop Dogg will be 420 in dog years when he turns 60. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's perfect. He was born to do this. Represent.
I mean, he is 420. You know what I mean?
He wasn't at the party, was he?
No. I wish he was. That would have been cool as shit. There were no, at the party, the one thing that wasn't an abundance of that I saw were any like musicians. Like other than the band that was playing,
comedians, right?
There was like a lot of comedians,
actors.
a lot of serious actors, mostly comedic actors. But I didn't see. I mean, not to say there weren't any there, but none that I recognized like by face.
Didn't you say? I'm a big fan of Anthony.
Anthony Anderson.
Yeah,
he's great. He wasn't there very long either. A lot of these guys, a lot of the big name guys, they came in, they ate. Met some people, shook the hands, and then kind of bounced. They weren't there like smoking weed or anything like that. I didn't even see anyone.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't
people
see
have a lot of stuff
any celebrity even drink any alcohol. I guess it's just kind of the deal. Like you show face and
But you said there was bomb ass food, right?
Oh, the food was out of control. Yeah, food was out of control. It's just a great party. It was a great party. Like okay. I hope to God I get invited next year. Like that would be awesome.
All right. Well, okay. Just let's give a sample review of for the ladies. Was there in each segment? Was there eyelashes there? Paul's there?
What at the party?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, at the discretion of getting.
We always got to give.
Let me just put it to you this way: you would have been in fucking heaven, bro.
And why do you say that? Why you say that?
Because there was tons of fucking sleuths there, man.
I don't know.
There were chicks, sluts, tons of sluts.
No.
I mean, it's a A-list celebrities backyard fucking barbecue, dude. There was fucking tons of,
ladies dancing,
model type girls in the pool running around with bikinis on, It was a plastic surgery fucking marathon, is what it was. A lot of duck lips, a lot of silicone. But you know what? To be expected at a Hollywood party, there's nothing out of the ordinary that I would expect. I mean, there honestly wasn't.
And it's a pool party.
An abundance of them.
But it's a pool party, and did you?
I mean, there was even a gal. I don't even know which one it was, but. My wife and my buddy's girl were talking about how cute this one gal was, like over and over. I don't even know who they were talking about, but apparently they reached out on fucking social media or something and was like, "Hey, it was so nice to meet you guys." Girls are. Bleh.
It's cool when you can go out there. You're a humble gentleman, and you go out and have fun with celebrities, and you're just and you told me that. like the reason you're on a show from your other show, I think you have a very magnetic personality behind the bar as a person. That's why we're friends. So it's cool for you to go out and party with these people, and you have a good time, and you tell these people about.
Well, it's cool. I mean, for me, I mean, I grew up in fucking small town Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and you know, I've done a lot of things in my life that I never thought I would have. You know, there's a lot of bucket list things. Like I can't believe I was on television for 3 years.
Exactly.
Globally, you know what I mean, on a network like Discovery. Yeah. God bless them. You know, I've just done a lot of things. I met a lot of people, like tending bar for 25 years in San Diego. Exactly. I met everybody. You know,
Mayors,
I worked
governors.
at bars that had a lot of celebrities come in randomly. I met a lot of cool people. And
Cypress Hill, Blink-182. It's crazy.
It's still like, you know, there's still a certain level of just fucking not even so much starstruck, but just weirdness when you're around some of these people that you're like, wow,
how did I get here tonight? I
just watched you, like, dude, Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, that
fucking guy is rad. Like, he was the coolest. Like, he's very intense and very serious speaker. You know what I mean? Like, he's no bullshit. And
he was like that at that party. He was
like
that.
No, he was awesome. Like,
so
he was great to talk to.
24/7,
very, very intelligent man.
Kind of like me.
And
yeah.
No, not actually anything like you.
All right.
But I remember when I first introduced myself, I'm like, hey, I'm Billy. He shook my hand and he was like, hey, Lawrence, nice to meet you, Billy. And I was like, damn, like, just put it down like Barry White, you know what I mean? And
of course.
he had this really cool, like, long brown, like, almost like pseudo African shirt on, like this really cool, like, long pullover shirt. I got photos of him. The guy's awesome.
So I say The Matrix, and you say
Matrix, my ass, dude. Boys in the Hood.
Exactly.
That's what's up.
Okay.
That's what's up. And it's funny because, no disrespect to you, Lawrence, but I watch you eat barbecue at the party, and you ate barbecue just like you ate barbecue in Boys in the Hood, dog.
That's what I'm talking about.
It was like I was watching the movie all over again. I was like,
it's real.
Yeah.
That shit's real, bro.
I can't say enough about that guy.
Bro.
He was gracious. He spoke to everyone. He was just polite and nice and very intense. I mean, he's a solid dude. You know what I mean? Like, he's just not running around smiling, joking, laughing at people. Like, he's a person
with a purpose.
He's always got a serious look on his face. Like, sure, we've made him laugh a couple times, but no, that's a solid dude. There's no longer a doubt in my mind why he gets a lot of the roles he gets, and
it's cool to understand those people,
dude.
like why we're here. The reason why you're a solid dude. And next week, it's going to be Jason or San Diego Punk coming up on our show. San Diego Punk Rock. He's a CEO, or your buddy Jason for the behind the scenes. On the music industry with all those.
Yeah, well, either next week or the next couple of weeks, we'll figure it out. Yeah, I mean, this is episode 3. We want to make sure they're ready to go, and we're gonna, like I said, I also kind of want to coordinate with them to perhaps meet with them at one of the bars we want to review, and I think that kind of adds an interesting twist on a review.
I think
when we get like a local celebrity or not.
I think we should do it at Tower 23 in PB.
Oh, we'll do Tower 23 in PB.
I think one of our guests.
Yeah, my buddy Chris.
Can we do
is a wine director there? Yeah, we'll get that place.
I think we should do San Diego Punk Rock or Jason within the next 2 weeks at Tower 23. We'll give a review for that, and we'll have our interview.
Yeah, whatever works, man. Whatever everyone's availability is, but regardless, we're gonna have one of the two. Just one small anecdote before we wrap it up in the second half. Have you seen on TV? And dude, I don't know if this is gonna fucking pick up or not, but I want to leave this in people's minds before they come back to us next week. In Paris, they look like mailboxes, like, you know, where you drop your mail in, you know, like a post office mailbox thing.
Okay.
But they're sidewalk urinals.
What are you saying?
I was hoping you were going to say what the fuck.
Yeah, because I have to pee 24/7.
Listen, Once we're filming this live on camera, I will have a photo for you.
Man.
But you can look this up. Just look up sidewalk urinals in Paris, and you'll see the photo of it. So basically, what it is, it looks like a mailbox. I think they're red. Yeah, they're red. You walk up to them, and I don't know if you like lower a fucking lid or whatever, but you can walk right up to them, and it kind of wraps around your hips, and you can just stand there and take a piss.
Wow.
Well, just standing there, like
Anywhere,
your whole
like,
body.
Like how they rented the bikes and
it's kind of like walking up. It's just like walking. It's almost like if you walked up to a mailbox and pissed in it.
That's awesome.
Only it's got like a cover on the side, so no one can see your junk.
Okay, no, I'm sorry, it's not awesome because there's sanitary reasons. It's very sanitary, not pleasant.
Well, how is it not sanitary just to take a piss as a man? They're not for women.
Okay, but there's I don't know the scenario.
They're urinals.
I need the picture of how it's going to go.
Okay, well, picture walking into a bathroom and whipping your micro penis out and taking a piss into a urinal.
He's talking about the 12-incher. All right. Okay.
Yeah, 12. Yeah, sure. Anyway, whipping it out and taking a piss in the urinal, shaking, and walking away.
And we're good.
The only problem is there's no bathroom to wash your hands. But I don't piss on my hands, so that's not a problem. Anyway,
and it's helping because
I don't know how. I don't know if it. I think it's kind of a craze, yeah, because people are like tripping out on it, like what the fuck? Because there's just dudes standing there in front of a box. Now, mind you, you don't see anything because from like right around their mid abdomen level to their knees, they're inside of a unit and they're just pissing and then walking away. Like it's weird. We'll do a little more homework on it.
Yeah. On our next show, it'll be interesting. Let's talk about that.
All right. So to wrap it up for this week, guys, again, like A.O. was saying, we will probably start with our first guest either next week or the week after. Please stay tuned because regardless, once we start going with guests, we're going to have them repeatedly. And I guarantee you they're all going to be great people. They're all going to have very interesting things to talk about. And we're gonna blow the lid on a couple.
I'm excited about it. People, I don't think people expected to hear about you at the George Lopez party. It's pretty cool, bro.
Yeah, no, it was a good time.
Last week we were at Weezer.
Weezer was fun.
And this week's going to be even better.
Yeah, for sure.
I love it.
All right, well, I'll wrap it up with our second and final sponsor of the day, and that is National Fire Protection. For those of you in the restaurant, hotel, or anything commercial world, they cover all things fire and life safety, including sprinklers, kitchen suppression systems, fire alarms, fire extinguishers, etc. You name it. Do not hesitate to call National Fire Protection or hit them up on their website at www.nfpti.com. Again, that's www.nfpti.com. And that will conclude week 3
of the podcast. I love you, sponsors. I love you.
Absolutely.
Good night.
They take care of us.
See you next week.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Stay tuned.